It's a quick turnaround, and we're back for game number 2 here on MVI Live. So bear with me. We will be filling in scorebooks as we go along here, as it's going to be on the hill for the Ringgold Rams here in game number 1, the home team for this one, as the pitcher is going to be Lucio for Ringgold. Am I right about that, Jose?
That is going to be Vecchio.
Vecchio, sorry.
Yes.
I knew you would know that. That's why I was.
Yes, that is Danny Vecchio on the mound for the Rams.
This is the one disadvantage of a format like this for me personally.
Yeah, it's definitely tough for us.
So Vecchio, who will eat up a ton of innings this year for Ringgold, will be on the hill. Olivia Vecchio will be at first base. Behind the dish for the Ringgold Rams, as we are still getting the starting lineups here, it's going to be Carly. That's Carly Russell, the catcher. California will send out Harley Harkins, the center fielder, as the first hitter here in this one. As Vecchio digs in, toes the rubber. Alex Lyons, Jose Negron with you once more for this one. As Harkins, foul tip into the glove of Russell. That one low, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Harley Harkins, the center fielder. Kayla Saley on deck, the first baseman. As Harkins fouls that one off the fence.
In the ring of the fence in the camera.
I put some tape on it in between games, so I'm hoping that helps things. That one misses to Harkins as well. The 2-2 to Harkins. Grounder right side, foul past the glove of Olivia Vecchio.
California team that got a playoff win in the preliminary round over Bentworth last year.
First one since 2017. Strike 3 looking. Harkins, a victim of Vecchio.
Saley to the plate, the starting first baseman for the Trojans.
Kendall Weston, the third baseman, will be on deck. Did not play a season ago as Saley fouls that one off. As Vecchio up in the count. No balls and 1 strike.
You know, Weston coming off a basketball season in which she joined the 1,000-point club for the Trojans.
As this one's lined back up the middle into center. It's a 1-out single for Saley. As Kayla Saley, the first baseman, has the first hit of the game. Here in inning number 1 as Vecchio will dig back in. This time it will be against Kendall Weston. Mentioned a great basketball player. Half-court shot for the 1,000th point. You were there for that one, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
As Weston first pitch swinging, little flare. Olivia Vecchio with no issues. A P3 retires Kendall Weston, and now it's going to be another Trojan basketball player under head coach David Young and newly appointed athletic director.
Yeah, congratulations to David Young on. I wrote texting him the night that he got the job. I said, is there anything at the school that you aren't doing at this point? Head softball coach, athletic director, also band director at California.
He does it all.
He does it all, absolutely.
As Jordan Cruz digs in here. 2 outs. Up over our head is Jordan Cruz. our way, and my life flashed before my eyes a
No,
little bit.
I just got to stare at it as it sailed over our heads.
I was like, well, that's not going to hit me.
was a little
Alex might not be safe, but
Slightly terrifying, but, you know.
As that one fouled off my Cruz. On first is Saley. She had the single. Pendo, the left fielder, digging in. Or is on deck, excuse me. Jordan Cruz, the catcher, digging in. The pitch by Vecchio. That one misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Nothing in the top of the first inning. Between California and Ringgold here in game 2. Frazier won game 1. Swing and a miss. Cruz, the second strikeout victim of Vecchio, so she leaves 1 on. On 1 hit, no errors, and after 1/2 inning of play, your score, California nothing. Ringgold coming to bat right here on MVI Live.
Life is full of surprises. Some good, some not so good. It's why your State Farm agent is there with good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates for everyone. Yep, that's right. At State Farm, you get great service and great rates with every policy, so you can be prepared for all life's surprises. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Warnick in Perryopolis today at 412-668-0111.
So one change from the original starting lineup for California that we were handed. It is going to be Kira Urich on the bump for California. She probably is their best pitcher out there for the Trojans, and she will get the start today. Originally thinking maybe Owens would have been going in that 1 and flex spot, but it is going to be Kira Urich, and Russell, the catcher, will lead things off for Ringgold, as it is going to be Carly Russell.
And we'll run down the lineup for the Rams. Russell leading it off for Ringgold and playing catcher. Haley Robertson will play second base and bat second. Peyton LaFlash, the starting shortstop, batting third. Olivia Vecchio in the cleanup spot at first base. Amy Peterson in center field, batting fifth. Danny Vecchio hitting sixth and in the circle. Emma Nolf will play third base and bat seventh. Cassie Kunkel in left field, batting eighth. And Morgan Bucci in right field and batting in the 9 spot.
So it is again Carly Russell getting the party started against Kira Urich. As Urich digs in, the right-hander. And it's Kendall Weston playing third base for California at first.
We'll get you caught up on the
Saley.
defensive alignment here.
Yeah, and we're doing this as the same action as you. As Jose has it written in, which makes it a lot easier already. So I might just take a picture of his lineups and then write them in off that. As first pitch, Russell lines it out. 2 left, and that one hops off the wall as Carly Russell. A leadoff double for the Rams.
What a way to get it started. A nice first inning of work for for Danny Vecchio, in the circle, and now a nice start here for the Rams. Double off the wall for Carly Russell.
First pitch floats in there, and taking third without a throw will be Russell, a stolen base. As digging in will be Urich once more against Robertson. And that one sails to the backstop. Staying put will be Russell. Haley Robinson digs in. Ringgold only 2 wins a season ago. The pitch by Urich. That one floats high to Robinson. As a tough start for Kira Urich here, behind 3-0 after the leadoff double and stolen base. As Robertson grounds it back to first, and RBI 3 unassisted will make it 1-0 Rams. As Robertson takes care of business.
Yeah, that's exactly what, I mean, that's an ideal start for the Rams, being able to get a run across in your first 2 batters, and it brings up Peyton LaFlash.
And it doesn't get easier. She has been excellent for Ringgold. And first pitch, swinging line drive out to Pendo and left. And it's a single for LaFlash.
Yeah, LaFlash, girl's gotten a ton of experience over the last couple years, and now brings up Olivia Vecchio, the power hitting first baseman.
First pitch ball to Vecchio. As Kira digging in once more. Carey Urick, the 1-0. Up high on Vecchio. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at first is LaFlash, 1 in this inning for Ringgold. The 2-0 by Urick. That one floats low. Cruz keeps it in front. 3 balls, no strikes. Taking second is Peyton LaFlash. See if Urick can find the strike zone. 3-1 floats high. There's ball 4, and it's a free pass to Olivia Vecchio. Now the center fielder, Amy Peterson, will come to the plate. Peterson with 2 on, 1 out, 1 in, 1-0 Ringgold. Urick has this one fouled off down the first base line and out of play. The pitcher, Vecchio on deck. The other Vecchio, that's Daniela. As ground ball to short, up with it Hewitt on the first, no issues there. 2 outs, both runners advance 60 feet. 6-3 goes the putout, so runners now at second and third with 2 down for Danny Vecchio. Urick trying to dance through the traffic as Vecchio fouls that one up over the backstop for strike number 1. 2 outs, 2 on, 1 in for Ringgold. Danny Vecchio, the pitcher, trying to bring in the ducks on the pond out there. As that one sails behind off the backstop, coming home, LaFlash in, unable to hang on, is Urick. So it becomes 2-0 Rams here in the home half of the first. Off the wild pitch.
Costly wild pitch there that leads the second run of this one.
Now Vecchio with a runner at third and 2 outs as the pitcher trying to help her own cause here. Urick, swing and a miss. Vecchio falls behind. Or excuse me, I think evens up the count, but a huge pitch there by Urick, maybe a confidence-building pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's had some control issues here early on, but
She'll bounce one the next time by after saying that. Carey Urick, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at third, 2-0 Rams. The 2-2, that one low. Cruz keeps it in front. Count fills up, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third is the Rams' Olivia Vecchio. It's Danny Vecchio at the dish. Vecchio, or make that Urick toes the rubber, the payoff pitch, sent in the air, straight away, shallow center behind, short drops past the glove of Hewitt, and it's 3-0 Ringgold in the first. An RBI single for Danny Vecchio. Brings home Olivia Vecchio, and now Emma Nolf will step in, and we're going to get a courtesy runner coming in for Vecchio. Noble will come in, the utility player. Transferred from Connellsville, is just a freshman. That one low by Urick, trying to keep it at 3. After that one dropped past McKenna Hewitt out at shallow center field, or deep infield, I guess we could say. The 1-0 pitch, and that one low to Nolf. Runner goes, and backing up at the bag is Hartley, as Megan Hartley possibly saves another 60 feet.
Yeah, nice job there by Hartley. Coming up with that one. Backing up that high throw from Cruz.
As that one to the backstop, and there goes 60 feet. .3-0 the count, runner at third with 2 down. Urick 1 away from just keeping it at 3. Can she do so? The 3-0. There's ball 4 as Nolf draws the walk. Cassie Kunkel will come up to the dish for the Rams now. First pitch to Kunkel up high, and no control for Urick, and Cruz decides to put that one in the pocket. Defensive indifference, allowing Nolf to take second. I think Cruz wanted to make sure to keep the runner, which is the courtesy runner, Noble, at third. That one skitters the plate. There goes Noble. Cruz to Urick. She drops the ball, and everybody's safe as Noble scores the 4th run of the inning. If I'm not mistaken either, Jose, is that the 3rd run with 2 outs here? At least the 2nd.
This is, I believe, the 2nd.
Nolf over a 3rd now, 60 feet away from a 5-run first inning. Cassie Kunkel, the left fielder, again digs in once more. The pitch by Urick bounces once more. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at third, 4 already in. See what Carrie Urick can do. Can she rebound and figure something out? The 3-0 ground ball. Urick up with it. Underhand throw to Saley, and that will do it. 1-3. Put out ends the inning, but not before the Rams strike for 4 on a trio of hits. No errors in the inning, and the Rams strand 2, or make it 1 runner. And after 1 full inning of play, Ringgold up 4-0 over California here on MVI Live, as the California Bats now have their work cut out for them as we get set for inning number 2, and they went down without a fight in that first inning. But on the bright side, the spotter board's almost officially filled out now, so we're making progress there.
Yeah. making progress, and a 4-run inning for the Ringgold Rams to start out the season. I think they'll take that.
Yeah, I'd say that's some big progress from a team, again, who only won 2 games a year ago, 1-11 inside the section, and a 4 spot against California, a playoff team from a year ago, won in the prelims against Bentworth before losing at Gateway to Ligonier Valley, who finished 3rd in 2A, just ahead of Fraser, who is also in the same section as the Fraser Commodores, along with Charleroi. Jose, who do we have playing right field for Ringgold? This is the one thing I am piece of the
Ringgold's right fielder is Morgan Bucci. She will actually lead off the second inning for Ringgold as Gabby Pendo leads off for California. And let's see how Danny Vecchio does here with a 4-run cushion here in the second inning.
Yeah, a lot of room now to work with for Vecchio. As that one up high to Gabby Pendo, the left fielder. The 2-0. Make it 2-1 to Pendo. And we get a much more emphatic point for strikes here in this game, which I'm a big fan of.
Yes, we do.
As that one fouled off by Gabby Pendo. It's Pendo, Hartley, and Markrush due up. As that one low to Pendo. 3 balls, 2 strikes as Vecchio finds herself in a full count against Gabby Pendo. As the left fielder looking to put a charge into something. And strike 3 looking Pendo goes down. 3rd strikeout of the game already for Danny Vecchio.
Yeah, she's looked good so far. She's got 2 looking and got 1 swinging.
Now it's Megan Hartley, a second baseman. As Hartley digs in. First pitch by Vecchio.
Oh.
Ooh. My life flashed before my eyes, Jose.
Jensen called it. She said that would happen eventually.
That's Jensen's fault. I'm sad I didn't have that camera on behind us. Good old camera 2 there, because that would have been perfect for you guys to see how close Jose and I were to almost dying.
I just like watched it.
I froze. I froze, Jose. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if honestly, if a ball comes right at me, I'm probably just gonna let it hit me and just move on with my life. Hopefully, it doesn't end in that moment.
Hey, let's hope we don't have to deal with that again the rest of the day.
Yeah. I did one of these whenever it went by me, Alex. I did this.
Yeah, it's kind of just like.
I didn't flinch or like move away. I just followed the
ball.
It was
just the low stare.
Just stared at it. I want to see the seams when it hits me straight in the face. You know.
The 3-2 misses. Ball 4. Hartley, the free pass, and the Trojans their first base runner of the game.
Second base runner of the game. They had the
you're right. You're right.
Single.
I appreciate that.
First of the inning though.
Nonetheless, it's a good step for California.
Now you got to capitalize, and now the bottom of the order, you got to see what they're capable of, and they can make things happen here.
Kayla Macrush. First pitch swinging off the backstop, rattling the camera. Macrush, the designated player for California today, batting in spot of Carrie Urich. And that one up over the backstop. As that one bounces, Russell underhands it back to Vecchio. 3-2 once again. The payoff pitch by Danny Vecchio. Swing and a miss as she'll sit down Mac Rush for her second strikeout of the inning.
I think this is exactly what Ringgold needs. You know, they need to be able to have pitching this year to compete in that section with teams like Bell Vernon and York. And
that's a first pitch strike there.
they can have Vecchio pitching like this all season long, which is easier said than done in that section. Forgot to mention Elizabeth Ford in that section as well, but
their goal is to take a pair out of the top, those big four. If they can take 2 or so from York, Bell Vernon, EF, and West Mifflin.
And you got to sweep Uniontown and LH as there's a single to right for Griffin.
Yeah, great job by Kendall Griffin, the right fielder, moving up Hartley to second. So runners at first and second now with 2 down for McKenna Hewitt. And now that the scorecard is completely filled out, hopefully I can get the bases back up and we can go back to how we were doing it earlier today. As it's going to be McKenna Hewitt stepping into that right-handed hitting batter's box against Vecchio. Looking for some 2-out magic. First pitch strike as Vecchio pounds it in there. McKenna Hewitt, multi-sport athlete, volleyball, basketball, softball. Wild pitch sends 2 runners up 60 feet. From first and second to second and third. As we'll switch out balls, as getting a new one is Danny Vecchio from her catcher, Russell. And that one will be used again right back into the side satchel. Umpire, I don't think, saw any issues with it. The 1-1 by Danny Vecchio, swing and a miss, will make it 1-2 on McKenna Hewitt. Looking for a big hit to possibly break this lead in half.
Yeah, definitely need to make something happen.
Hewitt fell up and over, and that was almost bad. Camera went dead for a second.
Did it?
Came back on.
Oh. Looked like it hit off the edge of the cage there, but
there's a little cord on the back of the camera, and if that comes out, we lose all signal. The 2-2 up high, make it 3-2 on McKenna Hewitt. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's worked pretty well today.
It has. It has worked out, and not too shabby of a first day of games.
Payoff pitch, Hewitt takes it. And actually, now it's 3-2. That's what I get for trusting scoreboards again. See what Hewitt can do here. 2 on, 2 away. The pitch to McKenna Hewitt, fouled off the fence, sending her teammates ducking.
Had a lot more terrifying moments here in this game than we did in the last one.
Danny Vecchio once more gets up and toes the rubber. Another pitch to Hewitt. There is ball 4 to load him up as we'll regroup to the top of the order.
Harkins struck out looking in her first plate appearance.
Harley Harkins has an opportunity to put her team right back in the thick of things against Vecchio. Vecchio to Harkins. Harkins fouls it off.
It's another one.
The 1-0. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is loaded. 2 outs. 4-0 the Rams lead. Top of the second. The 1-1 fouled off. Make it 1-2 to Harley Harkins. What can the Rams do this time, or the Trojans do this AB. Can they break the goose egg off the board? The 1-2 chopped left side. LaFlash has it go under a glove. One run in. Rounding third, heading for home, and coming in with the score for California is Griffin. As Hartley and Griffin make it 4-2 off the error by LaFlash. Harkins ends up at second. Runner also at third. 4-2. California's cut the lead in half.
Yeah, they dodge a bullet there on the air by LaFlash. Allows those 2 runs to score, and lead cut in half now.
First pitch, a ball to Kayla Saley. A single in the first. Another one would be great now to possibly tie the game, but a swing and the miss is the result instead. The 1-1. This one set in the air, out to center, ranging under it, Peterson, and Peterson makes the grab. And that will strand a pair of Trojans, but Cal strikes for 2 on 1 hit. An error in the inning. 2 Trojans left the board. And we've played 1.5 here on MVI Live. And it's 4-2 in favor of Ringgold, and I believe we are getting a pitching change. Is that what Coach Young was telling us?
Yeah, Coach Young just signaled up to us. Amaya Owens will head into the circle. She was originally scheduled to start in this one, but she will go in. And she will throw here for California here in the second inning.
So we have Owens replacing Urick, who went just 1 inning, gave up 4 runs. All of those were earned, a total of 3 hits. Didn't strike out a batter and walked 2, is in line for the loss at this point. And as you mentioned, Owens now on the rubber for the California Trojans. Down by 2 here in the top of inning number 2. Or excuse me, the bottom half of inning number 2.
And,
Skipping ahead of, or I'm going to replay an inning here, Jose. I don't think California would be too happy if I did that.
I don't think so. They had some success there in that last inning. But some unofficial breaking news from Jeremy Salou, our trusty sports editor, is I might be doing play-by-play for this next game with a special guest.
Oh, a special guest. Who we got coming in, do we know?
And it might just be the catcher of the Fraser Commodores, Jensen Hartman.
I don't know how I feel about that. Is Jeremy tapping out here?
I think Jeremy might be tapping out for this last game, but we'll see. We'll keep you up to date. But regardless, I will be on the call for the third game as well with either Jeremy Salou or Jensen Hartman. But we'll keep you updated on that one.
I don't know if I'm going to give her a headset. I don't trust her enough. As leading off will be Morgan.
I don't know if I trust myself doing play. I haven't done play-by-play in quite some time, so I'm going to have to
dust the rust off. Be all right. First pitch up the line. There goes Cruz on the first, and it skitters past the second baseman, Hartley. And it's a leadoff single for the Rams. They pick up right where they left off.
Yeah, nice job there by Bucci to lead off the inning. In some fashion, gets it up back to Carly Russell, who doubled to left field in her last at-bat. Also got a stolen base and scored a run.
First pitch fouled off by Carly Russell.
Russell did everything you need a leadoff hitter to do in her last at-bat. She gets an extra base hit, gets a stolen base, and then ends up scoring a run.
The 0-1. Drops it in there. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at first. That's Bucci. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. The off-speed Folzer. And Owens with the strikeout, and while she does so, taking second will be Bucci. First strikeout for Owens. And that one set in the air and out of play down the first base line as Saley gave a look at it. No balls, one strike, one out, runner at second.
Robertson already with a RBI in this one.
Pitch to Robertson, that one up high. Haley Robertson, the sophomore, digs in, the 1-1 by Owens. Spins one up high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 4-2 lead for the Ringgold Rams here in the bottom of the second over the Trojans from California. As this one sent to the right side past the first baseman, but backing up was Hartley, could not get it. Runner goes home, and taking advantage is Bucci. Great base running there by the Rams, and they're up 5-2 here in the second.
I guess you would consider that a RBI single for.
I would give it a single, and then I don't think you give the RBI there.
Okay.
It was just, I think, a great play by Bucci. It was closer to a steal of home than a score on the single, just taking advantage like a lot of players do when, they walk and then go straight to second because they go booking down the line.
Yeah. Just kind of a defensive lapse there for.
And it was also on that drop, too, a little bit.
Right.
Not that I would say it was an error. It was a tough overall play, but I think that's what allowed the run to score is the flash. Great pick by Owens on to first, and Saley got it.
Phenomenal play there by Maya Owens.
1-3, the put out for out number 2 advances the runner up 60 feet. But what a play by Owens.
That's a scary thing too when a ball's coming back at you like that. But no flinch there. She just made the play. Great job there by Maya Owens.
Yeah, the junior standing out right there. Is that one a little high? No issues there for the backstop Jordan Cruz. Cruz calling out the signs. The 1-0. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, 1 in, 5-2 Ringgold leads. Low for Owens. 3 balls and no strikes now. Showing bunt will be Olivia Vecchio. She walked once, pulls it back, pulls the trigger down the right field line, and out of play, foul.
Well, foul there.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second for the Ringgold Rams is Robertson. The 3-1 by Owens. That one rolls, and Robertson heads the third on the second walk of the game for Olivia Vecchio. So runners at the corners now for the Rams, up 5-2 here in inning number 2. Looking to break it open with Amy Peterson. She grounded out to short. First time by, inside, ball 1 to Peterson. As that happened, Vecchio takes second. Ringgold, a very aggressive team on the base path. A ground ball up the middle. That should score 2 as Robertson scores. There comes Vecchio, a 2-run, 2-out single by Amy Peterson. And make it 7-2 Ringgold here in the second.
Great piece of hitting there by Amy Peterson. A 2-run single. Makes it a 5-run lead here for the Rams.
Now it's Danny Vecchio. Lines it up the middle. That gets through into center. Harkins picks it up on the third. Goes Peterson as the station game played here in the second inning. It stays 7-2 Ringgold, but Danny Vecchio absolutely tattooed that out to center.
Yeah, runners now on the corners. We'll get another pinch runner for the Rams, and Emma Nolf, who walked in her last at-bat.
7-2 Ringgold. What can Owens do to try to get out of this jam? It's been a lot of 2-outs scoring for Ringgold, as taking the bag there was Noble, the courtesy runner. Pitch to Nolf, lines it foul as jump roping out of the way was the runner at third. That's Peterson.
Yeah, Ringgold head coach Greg Adams tried to make the play. If he had a glove, he would have made it with ease.
See what Nolf can do this time by. 19 girls on this Ringgold roster. Coach Allen said during the offseason workouts, consistently about half of them were there on a religious basis. Worrying that about, how would that play into the course of this season? Well, they've got themselves off to a great start. Has that one high to Nolf. 3-1 as Nolf and the Rams up 7-2. They won one game in section a year ago, 2 games overall. The 3-1. Up high, ball 4, and Nolf for the second straight inning draws the free pass, and here's the 9th hitter to come to the place in Cassie Kunkel, who grounded out to Urick to end the first.
And these are the types of innings that mess with the scorecard a little bit. But
they are, unless Owens saves my scorecard. She has the ability to with an out, and that's ball 1. That's not a good start for Owens. 3 runs so far. Ringgold's done a lot of damage with 2 outs. The 1-0. Fouled up, out of play on the near side. The 1-1 pitch to by Owens. That one misses, make it 2-1. Ringgold on the verge of another 2-out explosion. Bases loaded. 2 outs, already 3 across the plate this inning. And that one misses once more to Kunkel. Cassie Kunkel looking to get on for the first time today. She is the only Ram not to reach base today, and we're in the second inning.
Yeah, pretty impressive what Ringgold's been able to do early on, and there's
so much for that.
And there's an RBI.
Now every Ram has reached first base, an RBI walk. And everyone moves around 60 feet. Coming in to score is Peterson, the 8th run of the game. On to third, Vecchio. Into second, Nolf. And it's an 8-2 lead for Ringgold, and back to Morgan Bucci, who led this inning off with a single and stolen base.
Can erase the 3 that I have written here and put to 2.
Offense has been operating on all cylinders for Ringgold. The pitch by Owens. Fouled up out of play by the batter, Morgan Bucci. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. The 1-1 by Owens misses up high. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bucci, her second AB this inning. That one in there, things even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, 8-2 Ringgold on top. Bucci got the party started this inning, looking to keep it going with 2 outs. The 2-2 by Owen, sent in the air, flaring out, shallow right, or make it left, and coming in, making the underhand grab was Pendo. To end the inning, Ringgold puts across 4 as they pick up 4 more hits. No errors in the inning, and the Rams leave them loaded, but after 2 full innings of play, your score, Ringgold 8, California nothing, right here on MVI Live.
Happily Brewed Coffee Shop, located 3496 and a half Pittsburgh Road in Perryopolis, serving up specialty coffees, pastries, and more. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 11 a.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11 a.m. We're available to book clubs, group meetings, birthday parties, and more after hours. So for more information in our seasonal flavors, check us out on Facebook or give us a call at 724-497-3322. And we can't wait to see you at Happily Brewed.
Back here for the top of inning number 3, Ringgold taking care of business against California, looking to get the bats going. Ringgold trying to keep them off the board, trying to keep the lead where it's at.
Kendall Weston will lead off for the Trojans, who were able to strike for 2 runs on only 1 hit and an error in the second inning. 2 runs scored on a error by Peyton LaFlash at shortstop, but now the Trojans counting on Weston to lead things off.
First pitch strike to Kendall Weston.
You mentioned her in her first at-bat, Alex, that she didn't play last year, but did play during her time at Monessen.
The ground ball back to the pitcher, Danny Vecchio, on to first, where we have a defensive change. That's Metcalf Harris over at first, corralling that in. Vecchio back on the rubber. First pitch strike to Jordan Cruz after the Weston groundout.
Cruz struck out swinging her last at bat.
Foul tip off the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes, Vecchio. Already 4 punch outs in the game. The 0-2 up high as Cruz fights back into the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. This one sent in the air out towards the gap, ranging over the right fielder. Bucci makes the sliding catch, robbing Jordan Cruz of at least a single.
Great play there by Bucci and right. And the Ringgold bench loves it.
Put that one with a little star next to it as a heck of a play by Morgan Bucci, getting over and making the grab for out number 2. And that will turn things back over to Gabby Pendo. First pitch, strike 1 to Pendo. 8-2 lead for the Ringgold Rams over the California Trojans. Vecchio, the 0-1. Soft liner up over the head of the second baseman Robertson, as backing up was Bucci to quickly get it in and hold it to a single by Pendo, her first hit of the season.
I think Bucci had her sights on trying to throw Pendo out at first, but a little bobble on the ball there kind of kept her from doing that. I don't know if she would have got her regardless, but at least kept her from making that throw.
First pitch strike in there by Vecchio. That's to Megan Hartley. Walked and scored the first run of the game for the California Trojans here in this one. Pitch by Vecchio. That one misses. Runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Now, Vecchio 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the board. Vecchio to the plate. That one eats up Hartley. Another strikeout for Vecchio. Make it 5 as Ringgold retires the Trojans once more. No runs, another Trojan hit. They're up to 3 in the game. No errors and 1 left aboard. We've played through 3 full innings, or excuse me,
2.5.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. We just gotta, I gotta look at the scoreboard more and make it work.
We got thrown off with this game just because it was a quick turnaround. I get it.
You understand.
Everybody understands.
Thanks, Jose.
No worries here.
I appreciate it, buddy.
No problem, man.
Hey, we're at least in the press box and somewhat warm in here.
It was warm in here. When Nick said that he had some other duties to take care of, I was like, you know what? I'll make the executive decision to just go back up to the press box and join you for this game. So.
And hear me out. If you're Nick, you missed out sitting in the warmer press box, and you have to be outside.
It is a lot warmer in here, and I say that as somebody who was in here for an entire game, then went outside and realized, there's a big difference.
The big thing is we're protected from the wind.
And also, these headsets are protecting our ears.
Oh, I do like a nice headset warmer.
It is huge. To be honest, if I leave this press box after this game, I'm going to keep the headset on. And I'll just hold the cord in my hand.
Leading off this inning is the top of the order. Carly Russell 1 for 2 with a double in the first run of the game scored. We'll take ball 1 from Owens. It's Russell, Robertson, and LaFlash, the trio due up here in inning number 3.
Important to note that Russell got her leadoff double off of Vecchio and now gets a single off of Owens, her second hit of the game.
A good start to the season for Carly Russell, the catcher. She's now 2 for 3 here in inning number 3 as Ringgold picking up right where they left off.
And Russell's playing a big role, not just offensively, but having to play a big role defensively as well as a catcher for Vecchio, and also, filling the void left by Leah Jacque, who has been the starter for the Rams the last couple of years behind the plate. Some big shoes to fill there.
As this one set in the air by Robertson, ranging over second baseman Hartley makes the grab as Robertson almost running over her teammate at first. Haley Robertson, another one of these transfers. She came in actually from Utah all the way to the cold western Pennsylvania region. Bet she's missing the Utah sun today.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's probably a little different.
Ringgold's goal was to finish more games this year. They got a lot of those mercy roll games, and the way the offense started, as runner goes down. Good throw by Cruz, but tag a little high by Hewitt, unable to get Russell, who will take second. But the way this one's going to finish that real quick, Jose, is this one might not go the full distance either, the way the bats have been going, but the other way.
Because of Ringgold,
and I think they're okay with that.
No, I think they're okay with that. They just don't want to see games ending after 3 or 5 innings with them on the losing end.
That one high to Peyton LaFlash.
There's a walk for LaFlash.
So Peyton on base for the second time today, a single and now a walk. She also scored the game's second run. That's going to bring up Olivia Vecchio.
Vecchio has scored a pair
because Vecchio
runs.
did come back in the hit, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
just want to make sure about that.
Vecchio. Yep, she
a walk.
2 walks.
Yeah, a walk, and 2 runs. And Vecchio will add a hit to that. Out to left, rounding third, tripping over the bag, but scoring without an issue is going to be Russell. An RBI single by Vecchio. Puts runners at first and second and puts the lead to 9-2 for the Rams. 1 for 1 with 2 walks and an RBI in 3 innings so far. Not bad for Olivia Vecchio, and that's going to bring up Amy Peterson, who had a 2-run, 2-out double for the Rams last inning. I believe that was the 2-out hit, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
She'll pop it up. Owens under it, and she'll make the catch on the P1. It's going to bring up Danny Vecchio now with 2 outs. Runners stay put at first and second.
Another dust tornado over by Greg Adams at third base.
That one misses to Danny Vecchio. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run score on that last one. She absolutely drilled back up the middle. The 1-0 to Danny Vecchio inside. Ball 2. Both runners took a glance towards the next bag.
Yeah, both Vecchios coming into this at bat combined 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Also 3 runs scored.
Make it 3-0 on Danny Vecchio. See what she decides to do. Does her head coach have her pull the trigger here? Or do they try to load him up for Emmy Nolf, who has walked twice? Working back into the count is Owens. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out, 9-2 Ringgold. Ringgold scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 so far here in the third. The 3-1. Vecchio, line drive up the middle. There's another single. LaFlash rounds third. She will score. Throw comes to second as an RBI 2-out single once again for Danny Vecchio. Her 3rd single of the game. Another RBI. And Ringgold up to double digits. Flash scoring the 10th run of the game as Olivia Vecchio at second. So second and first, 2 outs. Emma Nolf, she's walked twice. Once against both pitchers. This one straight up in the air, left side of the infield. Hewitt ranges back, and kicking it around was Pendo, coming around to score. Vecchio, and thrown out is Noble at third. So a comedy of errors results in a Rams run and an injured Kendall Weston at third base.
Yeah, look, the slide right into the hand of Weston, and definitely scary when something like that happens. She has
a smile on her face, though, so
all good.
So Noble was thrown out trying to get the extra base. Ringgold gets up to 11. And after officially 3 full innings now, your score, Ringgold 11. California coming back to bat as the Rams add 3 more to their total. It's 11-2 Ringgold after 3 right here on MVI Live.
Happily Brewed Coffee Shop, located 3496.5 Pittsburgh Road in Perryopolis, serving up specialty coffees, pastries, and more. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 11 a.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11 a.m. We're available to book clubs, group meetings, birthday parties, and more after hours. So for more information and our seasonal flavors, check us out on Facebook or give us a call at 724-497-3322. And we can't wait to see you at Happily Brewed.
Back here for the top of the 4th inning. Everything stays the same for Ringgold. Besides, this time I think it's LaFlash not out defensively, and you're going to have Olivia Vecchio at short. Staying at first is Metcalf Harris. So a lot of kind of rotation with this defense for Ringgold we've seen in the early going. First pitch by Vecchio sent our way. As sending that one off was Macrush, the designated player. She struck out swinging back in inning number 2. The 0-1 by Vecchio. That one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. 11-2 Ringgold on top. The 1-1 foul down the first base line. One ball, two strikes, nobody on, nobody out. 11-2 lead for the Ringgold Rams, top of the fourth inning. Vecchio looking for a clean inning here. The 1-2 grounder past the glove of Vecchio, but there's Olivia Vecchio, hops it on to first, and it skitters under Metcalf Harrison out of the swamp. Picking up the ball is Morgan Bucci.
It's going to be an E6 there on Vecchio.
(11-2) your score in favor of Ringgold. One on, nobody out. Danny Vecchio has this one grounded up the middle, as sending it out once again is Kendall Griffin. She's now 2 for 2. Cal trying to bring the bats back into order here as they have 2 on with nobody out for the 9-hole hitter McKenna Hewitt, who walked and was stranded at third. Bunt shown, strike one to Hewitt. Runners stay put at first and second, nobody out. Danny Vecchio trying to figure things out. The pitch by Vecchio, grounded right side. Glove down by Robertson on to Metcalf Harris. That's the only play. The other two advance up 60 feet. So a productive out on the 4-3 put out for McKenna Hewitt will bring us back to Harley Harkins, who reached on an E6 earlier. That was by LaFlash. So 2 E6s by 2 different shortstops. Jose, do you have 1 or 2 outs?
Oh, just 1.
That's what I thought. Scoreboard I didn't trust again. Right to Robertson, the second baseman. She'll put the squeeze on it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Harley Harkins is retired here in the 4th.
Yeah, quick second out, big second out there for Vecchio. Brings up Kayla Siley, who is 1 for 2.
The pitch by Vecchio. That one fouled off the backstop for strike 1. 2 outs, 2 on, 11-2 Ringgold on top of California here in the 4th inning. 9-run advantage for the Rams. That one misses by Danny Vecchio. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. If Ringgold can hang on this ginormous lead, they'll have half their total wins from a season ago. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vecchio struck out 5 so far. The 1-2. Grounder, left side to third, up with it, and on to first goes Nolf to Metcalf Harrison. That will do it for the top half of inning number 4, as once again the Rams taking care of business defensively. As no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left the board, and after 3.5 here on MVI Live, your score, the Ringgold Rams 11, the California Trojans 2. As we'll switch down to the bottom half of the inning, Cal will go back to the field, and Jose, substitution for the Trojans we have here.
Yeah, Kara Urick will go back in to pitch for the Trojans. So she will replace Owens, who pitched in the 2nd and 3rd.
That can happen here in softball, but I like to, when it does happen, I like to give them 2 different line scores.
There you go.
I mean, obviously you can't white out what you can, but I don't like doing that. But I like to see, okay, how'd they come in, or, because I've seen this a number of times when you see a pitcher come back after a rough start, with Urick with 1 bad inning. Now, how is she she took a break, got a chance to regroup. Now, how are you going to go out and perform?
Right. Yeah,
and I like to see that.
We could see, she gave up 4 runs in that first inning. She had some control issues. See how she bounces back here in the 4th.
Owens gave up 7 runs in 2 innings of work, 8 hits. Didn't strike out a batter. Or she did strike out a batter, excuse me. And she issued 4 free passes. So 6 walks in the game issued to the Ringgold Rams. California goals this season, of course, as always, they want to have a winning season, make the postseason, according to their head coach, David Young, but they want to work on becoming better each and every game, have fun out there. Because, that's something that gets lost. This is supposed to be fun for these kids.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's a good time. Yeah, it's competitive and all that, but it should be fun, as Metcalf Harris seeing her first plate appearance of the game. Batting in the 8-hole for Cassie Kunkel. Carrie Urick behind once again, 2 balls and no strikes. See what Urick can do here. The 2-0 by Kira Urick. And as Carrie Urick gets a swing through by Metcalf Harris. Cal lost 6 seniors from a year ago. Have a large junior class, 8 players, and when they first started as freshmen, there was 3 more. His working back is Urick. As another swing and a miss by Metcalf Harris evens things up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cal gonna go the classic ride the hot hand. Whoever's doing best in the mound, that's who's gonna pitch this year, is Carrie Urick. Back onto the hill and gets a strikeout of Metcalf Harris to start. It's her first of the game.
She's hitting her spots a lot better than she was in that first inning. So to your credit, Alex, what you kind of predicted would be the case is the case here for Urick.
Carrie Urick, bunt shown, missed by Bucci. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 11-2 the Ringgold Rams on top of the California Trojans. Make sure you stay tuned after this one for our State Farm Player of the Game, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, Brian Warnick. As that one misses to Bucci.
And the player of the game from game 1.
Of course, that was Tori Wyszynski.
Grand Slam and Frazier's victory over Thomas Jefferson.
1-1, the rainbow a little high, or very high, I should say. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on for the Rams. They've scored 4, 4, and 3 respectively so far here this afternoon. As that one to the backstop.
With Urick, it's all about consistency, trying to build that consistency of throw and strikes, being able to hit your spots every single pitch. Did a good job there against Harris, but struggling a little bit against Bucci.
The 3-1 rolls, and Bucci aboard once again, this time via the free pass.
Bucci already a bunt single and a run scored, and now the top of the Rams lineup, and Carly Russell has been one of their most productive hitters with a 2-for-3 outing and 2 runs scored.
Another airmail shot, and Bucci up 60 feet to second. Carly Russell has been excellent today. A double, a single, a pair of runs scored, and 2 stolen bases. Runner at second, 1 out. That one outside to Carly Russell, the catcher. The 2-0. Up high, make it 3-0 now on Carly Russell. Haley Robertson on deck. The 3-0. Make that Russell taking all the way. Ball 4. And now runners at first and second with one away from the Ringgold Rams. And if Ringgold at least pumps in one more and then a clean half of the top half of the fifth inning, that would send us away early here in game number 2. Pitch by Urick, bunt shown up the first base line and foul, as laying it down was Robertson. As everyone from California kind of walked away, and it was still technically a live ball till one of the Trojans made contact in foul territory. Kerry Urick toes the rubber, gets the signs from Cruz. Through the motion, fires it down, and that one low and inside to Robertson. As Kerry Urick trying to continue to work back, got the first one via the strikeout, then a pair of walks. As the pitch home, this one line foul down the first base line, and that one not an EF, Jose. Caught by the fan.
Caught by the fan. All right. Well, that should be on number 2, right?
I would say so. If you're,
well, let's. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it depends if it's a California fan. I'd say maybe.
I don't know what you consider that if it's just if it's a successful catch. You know, we called it an error before. I don't know. We call it this time, but
just a good play, I guess.
Just good play.
Laying it out there,
I mean,
putting it on the line for the team.
Better play than I would have made if it was coming towards me.
You're not the dad holding a baby with an adult beverage and making the one-handed catch?
No, if I'm holding a baby, I'm definitely going to hold on tight to that baby and make sure the ball doesn't hit that baby.
Foul ball, count stays full?
And I'm dropping my beer if I have a beer as well. Not that I'd really be in a situation where I was holding a baby and a beer, but...
That just seems like a bad situation to be in.
It does. It very much does. Credit to people who've actually made the catch on a ball while being in that situation.
Yeah, it's impressive. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. The payoff pitch by Urick up high. Both runners move up, as I think they might have thought that was going to be ball 4, but again, scoreboard unkind to me.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a full count as well. I think California did too.
Urick bounces one. That time it will be ball 4, and a leadoff strikeout, and now a trio of walks handed out Robertson. The first, at second is Carly Russell, and at third is Bucci.
Corners playing in with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Peyton LaFlash. 1 for 2. 2 runs scored, a walk, also a stolen base. LaFlash can really break this thing open with a single. That one rolls and skitters to Jordan Cruz, who keeps it in front. Kerry Urick. Up on the rubber. The 2-0. Rolls to LaFlash again. Throwing strikes has been an issue so far for California today.
Yeah, definitely some control issues that have led to free passes, and Ringgold has taken full advantage of that, and they've hit really well. 11 hits for the Rams as well.
And there's another walk and a run scored. Peyton LaFlash, an RBI walk. As around the bases go the Rams. Coming home to score is Bucci, run number 12. Around the third goes Russell. On to second is Robertson. LaFlash at first in a mound visit here as Kerry Urick struggling for the California Trojans. And if I am not mistaken, 10 walks now in the game for the Ringgold or the California Trojans. I had 2 by Urick in the first, 4 by Owens and Hurd 2, and now 4 by Urick here in inning number 4.
Yep, that is correct.
I can still do some math, Jose. Not a lot anymore.
There you go.
But still some.
No, I backed your math up that time. That is accurate.
Hey, I used to be good at math. I like saying this. You've heard me probably say it a few times. I used to be good at math. Then I became a communication major. and then all the math skill just out the window.
Yeah, it's helps in these situations.
Here's Olivia Vecchio. 2 walks, an RBI single, 3 runs scored for Vecchio. That one hops over Cruz, and there's another. Rams up to 13. On the wild pitch coming in to score is Haley Robertson. LaFlash now at second. At third is Robertson. Excuse me, it was Russell who came around to score. That one low to Olivia Vecchio. Olivia looking for her 3rd free pass of the game. The 2-0 by Urick. Low ball 3.
Yeah, I can't say enough about what Danny Vecchio has been able to do pitching-wise and hitting-wise.
3 singles. 2 RBI. The 3-0 to Olivia Vecchio, chops it back up the middle. Hewitt has it. Nobody at second, on to first, and that one just in time to retire. Olivia Vecchio's coming around to score is Robertson. Make it 14 runs for the Ringgold Rams. LaFlash moves up to third. As the 6-3 RBI, second RBI of the game for Olivia Vecchio. Now it's Amy Peterson. Chops it left side, past Weston, eats up Hewitt. Another one comes in. And the Rams up 15-2.
Yeah, I'm going to give Peterson a RBI single on that one. Tough play for Hewitt to make on that.
Yeah, especially after it kind of went under the glove of Weston. Hewitt was shadowed from that ball. Now Danny Vecchio lines it right at Hewitt, and Hewitt makes the grab to end the inning. Threw it back over nonetheless, but Danny Vecchio lines out to Hewitt to end the inning, but not before the Rams increase their margin even further. 15-2. Ringgold on top of California, and a clean inning by Danny Vecchio, and the Rams will put this game in the books as the Rams add in 4 more runs.
Yeah, third inning out of the 4 that they've been able to score 4 runs, and even in that other inning they scored 3. So good offensive day for the Ringgold Rams. And
I think one of the impressive things off of that, Jose, no hits, or just 1 hit that inning, excuse me.
Yeah, all the walks.
Walks proved to be crucial there as we move up to the top half of the 5th, and Danny Vecchio will look to end things. Ringgold needs to get 3 outs before the Trojans get 4 runs. The way Vecchio's pitched in this one, that is not out of the realm of possibility. Gave up 2 runs on 1 hit and an error in the second. It was a walk, a strikeout, a single, a walk, and then the E6 that kind of allowed California to inch ever closer. But Ringgold, they've kept the bats working through the entirety of this game, and they're 1 inning away from closing it out.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for California. Combined 1 for 6 today as Kendall Weston steps in. Weston 0 for 2 with pop out and a ground out.
0-1 on Kendall Weston. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2 as Vecchio with the rise. Gets Weston to swing through. Looking for another strikeout is Danny Vecchio. The 0-2, chopper right back to Vecchio in the circle, eats her up, gets it up, underhand toss past Metcalf Harris, and an E1 starts the inning and puts Kendall Weston on first base.
kind of nonchalantly was Vecchio going after that. And I know you have time, but a little bit of hesitation caused her to make a miscue there. And Weston gets on and will be replaced by a pinch runner.
Yeah, Abby Salzman comes in, the junior. As Vecchio looking to finish things off here. Gets the sign from the catcher, Russell, now to the plate. Swinging fouled off. And the ball disappears into the Rams bench. Russell gets it back, fires it back to her pitcher. The 0-1 pitch by Vecchio. Fouled off the backstop again by Jordan Cruz, the catcher, who is 0 for 2. Flew out to Bucci last inning, and Bucci, absolutely an incredible sliding catch. The 0-2 sent in the air out towards center, ranging over and under it, unable to make the catch is Peterson. Make that LaFlash, throws it back in under the glove of Vecchio, and as it skitters back to the circle. Give that one a single for Jordan Cruz, as almost another stellar catch robbed Cruz of a hit.
Now Gabby Pendo to the plate. Already a hit under her belt in her last at bat, and strike one she takes.
No outs. 2 on. Great start to this inning for California. They need some runs. As Danny Vecchio trying to end things here on a high note for the Ringgold Rams, looking for win number 1, which would be half their win total from a season ago. That one's fouled off once more by Gabby Pendo. 1 for 2. Struck out looking in her first AB, a single. The 1-2. Strike 3 called as another strikeout for Vecchio.
Number 6 for Vecchio on the day.
2 on, 1 out. A hard ground ball at the shortstop or third baseman could send this one home, as this one's popped up foul out of play. Trying to extend things is Megan Hartley. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 15-2 Ringgold on top of Cal. Yak and Charleroi will follow this one. This game might be done before Charleroi JV game's done. I see they're playing over there.
Yeah.
Still over a half hour before the start of that one, as that one gets to the backstop and advancing 60 feet are both runners, and an errant throw out towards right. And that's going to allow a run to score. And now caught is Cruz, and Cruz slides in safely as California makes some miscues of the Rams pay, and they get back on the board. As coming around to score was the courtesy runner at first. That's Salzman making it the 3rd California run of the game. Cruz goes all the way to 3rd. That's all off of a wild pitch to Hartley. Yeah, Megan Hartley still at the dish as they're trying to fix that third base bag. It's kind of when everything comes out of the socket over there.
Yep.
Not the first time we've seen that. Cal has to get back within 9. It's 15-3 right now with a runner at 3rd, so still in good shape right now is Vecchio and the Ringgold Rams. The 2-1. Chop foul by Hartley. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. The 2-2. Grounder. Right side, no problem. Robertson to Metcalf. Harrison coming in to score as Cruz on the RBI ground out. 15-4, 1 out away from ending this one. And again, appreciate you bearing with us as that one fouled off by MacRush. First baseball, softball games of the season. Yes, they are softball, but of the spring season, relatively smooth so far, Jose, I would say, though. Is that one miss?
Yeah.
I mean, besides the camera getting knocked out of place every foul ball off the fence, but hey, it's been pretty good.
You'll
so
have that every once in a while.
I'm not going to complain too much.
Nice that we'll be able to do this 2 weekends in a row.
Is that one a strike to MacRush? 1-2, and Danny Vecchio can end it in style. See if she can get the punch out here. The 1-2 by Vecchio. Strike 3 looking, and that will do it. As MacRush retired to end the game. 7th strikeout for Danny Vecchio. 15-4 your final score. Ringgold, the bats came to life, and they were absolutely spectacular here in this one. California struggled through the contest as they'll run through the handshake line. And we'll take a break. When we come back, will be our State Farm Player of the Game, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, Brian Warnick.
Life is full of surprises. Some good, some not so good. It's why your State Farm agent is there with good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates for everyone. Yep, that's right. At State Farm, you get great service and great rates with every policy, so you can be prepared for all life's surprises. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Warnick in Perryopolis today at 412-668-0111.
Your final score, Ringgold 15, California 4. As we go the 10-run roll, as California falls down 1, Ringgold is 1-0 this season. Only 2 wins a season ago for the Ringgold Rams. As we'll run down the scoring, Ringgold 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, and added 4 more in the fourth. The total 15 Cal, 2 in the second, and added 2 in the fourth for their total of 4. As the loss goes to Uric, now 0-1. Win to Danny Vecchio, 1-0 on the season. Struck out 7. And our State Farm Player of the Game, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, Brian Warnick, is Danny Vecchio. Went 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. And also punched out 7, picking up the win as Ringgold 1-0. They only had 2 wins a season ago, so the right start for the Rams this year, as they take Game 2. Frazier won 9-3 over TJ in Game 1. Ringgold 15-4 victors in Game number 2. And then one more here on tap for you on MVI Live. It is going to be the Charleroi Cougars and the Yacht Cougars, as we'll have a Cougar showdown here from Frazier. Your final score, Ringgold 15, California 4. Danny Vecchio getting the State Farm Player of the Game. And on behalf of Jose Negro, I'm Alex Lyon saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you for one more right here on MVI Live.